Okay, let's try this again. Final week of pre-internship fall semester reflection. 2015. Um, this week was a weird week. I'm gonna have a fidget in my hand as we talk. This week I got the chance to go through a lesson I've already taught and reteach it, which is something a lot of teachers don't get to do, because you teach a lesson based on an outcome, based on an indicator, and you might not get to teach that lesson for another year before you make the changes. So I got to do that just given a week and teach it again. And this was my video game in the classroom lesson, where we played the same video game, and I did it with the other grade 7-8 class. So last week was a little bit more chaotic than this week, and my goal for this week was to kind of rearrange the lesson so that it was a little bit more organized. Where last week it was chaotic, but it was a good chaotic in the sense of the kids loved the game, they're super excited the whole time, but at the end of it I didn't think I formatively assessed them well enough to the standards of what my indicator was. So this week I really stressed that aspect of it, where I wanted to know that the kids understood what I was talking about and that they were able to connect with the indicator well. So I felt like I did hit that this week, but we lost the excitement of the game in the classroom because of it. And we also just ran out of time, and we didn't get to play the game as much as we did last week. And of course there was a different amount of factors as an educator you can't plan for, where we had less kids this week, so maybe the energy changed because there was less energy in the room. I taught last week in the morning, and I taught this week in the afternoon, so maybe it's the fact that the kids are coming back from lunch and they're a little bit more sluggish, that they lost their excitement. But I was grateful enough to get the task of teaching the lesson again, and on top of that I also taught another lesson, which I think went over better than this one. But I am excited for next semester for the three-week block, because once you teach a lesson in 1 week, the next week you're teaching totally something different, a different subject, a different outcome. So you don't know how well your lesson held and is remembered in the students' heads. And next semester we'll get a better chance of assessing that, because we are teaching a unit and we're teaching every day, and we can always revisit and make sure that the kids are understanding, and we can do summative assessments, and we can actually put a grade to what they know and what they've retained, and if your lessons made sense, and if they're exciting enough that they were engaged the whole time. So I'm very much excited to plan a unit and figure out a fun way to introduce a grade that they will work towards in a fun activity rather than a unit exam, and getting a chance to teach a couple lessons in a couple units, even if I do an English and an arts ed, or an English and a health, or a math and a health. Endless possibilities. So it was a good fall teaching in the classroom. I've got the confidence as an educator, and confident in building relationships with the students, and confident with making my lessons engaging, even though what I'm teaching theoretically is very boring to them. The only shitty thing is, I said shit. The only crappy thing is that we are gone for 2 months, and those students are not going to see us for now, like 3 months before we come back in March, and it sucks that we have to wait so long to get back into the classroom, and that the kids might have forgotten us by then. But my hope is that every now and then I can pop into the classroom to show the kids that I still do care about them, that they're there, that I still remember them, that I'm making an effort on my own time to check in with them and see how they're doing, so that I still have that respect by the time my 3-week block starts. They still have their attention, which I think I've built over this fall semester. So it'll be interesting to see. Other than that, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. It's Jim Carrey from a movie, The Truman Show.